Chat, can someone tell me where this feud between Destiny and Hasan came from? So the feud between me and Hasan started basically, so right now, in 2018, I think Hasan reached out to me because he wanted me to go over a performance that he had in a debate with Charlie Kirk. I went over with him, and then afterwards we kind of became real life-ish friends, I think. Yeah, I would say we were real life friends, friendly-ish at least. And then we did like content together online. This was during an era where there were where the alt-right shit and the crazy shit online was peaking, and I was spending a lot of time fighting against these people, and Hasan was as well. Me and Hasan would kind of have some disagreements sometimes on like approach to media. So for instance, I think the Young Turks and Hasan specifically might have done a video about how racism is on the rise in response to a young black kid getting shot, and I criticized their coverage of that because, like, well, hold on, you don't know if this is a racist shooting. It could have been shot by a black person. You have no idea. It was like it might have been a random act of violence. You have no idea. And it turns out, although it doesn't really matter, but it turned out I was correct that it was just a random shooting and it wasn't a white guy just assassinating a black child. And so, like, little disagreements like this would happen, and these blew up over time to where me and Hasan had a huge disagreement over, ironically enough, Kamala Harris when she was in the primaries in the Democratic Party. Hasan made a whole hit list video on her based on a bunch of tweets. I came back and I wanted to debate the substance of those tweets because I was like, hold on, I don't think that a lot of these attacks on Kamala are fair. Destiny versus Hasan, Kamala Harris. And after we had this debate, I think Hasan got really upset because this is probably the first time I'd like seriously opposed his political views, and it was a really heated debate between the two of us. Well, really heated, I don't think it was super heated. But then one thing that I noticed is after this, I started to notice that in my community, I had a lot of actual communists and socialists. And I thought that was jokes because I've never been a commie. I've never been a socialist. But when I was fighting against people on the right, I didn't realize how far to the left the people behind me were. And so after me and Hasan started to have these fights, and I started to see that a decent chunk of my audience were commies and socialists, I basically told everybody, I was like, hey, I am a capitalist. I am a liberal. I will never be, right now, I'm not a liberal. I'm not a commie, not a socialist. If you're like this, get the fuck out of my community. I don't want you. I don't vibe with you. I will never be you. And I basically, axed like a third of my fan base or whatever. And a bunch of them went to Hasan and a bunch of them went to Vosh. And that's where those two kind of like got their first big pushes onto internet stuff. There's more you can get into on both sides of that, but I think it's more or less.
So let's go back.
What is this? Okay, don't go over this. More or less, that's basically what it was. I don't want to do a Lex Friedman take, but shouldn't you just talk it out? Like full-on conversation, no debate, offline. He's clearly not as malevolent as you think, and you're definitely not as much of an asshole as he thinks. You guys are basically talking to each other through clips at this point. Why wouldn't you just talk? I don't know if you're like severely mentally disabled or if you're like a secret agent or whatever. I don't care if he's malevolent or if he's, maybe malevolent. I don't care if somebody's an asshole or mean. I just don't like people that lie. That's the only thing I don't like. I don't like it when people lie about things. I can be friends with mean people, and I can fight with mean people. I just like, Destiny isn't liberal. I've said I would never be illiberal, unliberal, not liberal, not a liberal.
We're all trying to figure out why these people are permabanned from Twitch. Yeah. I wonder how that happened. I wonder why. I wonder how this happened. How could this have happened? How could these guys who are so unimaginably toxic and
unimaginably toxic because of that conversation? How sheltered and pampered are you? And the $10,000 dog that you bought from a fucking breeder, how sheltered are you that like this is the unimaginable toxicity?
Constantly aligning with neo-Nazi white supremacists.
Oh, that's us. Yeah. Neo-Nazi white supremacists, we constantly align with them. That's why we retweet their attacks on our enemies all the time. Oh, sorry, that's what you do to me all the time.
Who are so unimaginably toxic and constantly aligning with neo-Nazi white supremacists, white nationalists of every fucking variety, regularly going after content creators on every platform, going after journalists, anyone that's in my orbit at all that I have collaborated with, they will actively target and legitimately try to discredit, stalk over and over and over again. Like, yeah, sure, he debates red pill guys and makes a mockery of them. Those guys are fucking idiots, and that's great. What if he just like stuck to that? And if he had like real firm commitments to being an empathetic person, real firm commitments to being a progressive person, and wasn't just like a rabid internet troll who doesn't give a fuck about anything and only cares about his own narcissistic, clout-obsessed, personal motivations. Like his community calls me a clout-driven person.
You are.
Yeah, there's a reason why I do these collaborations, not because I'm friends with a lot of these people and I genuinely like them, but
you
also
don't do collaborations with people you genuinely like. You only do collaborations with other famous people or people that are more famous than you, almost exclusively. What are you talking about?
Because, yeah, I have a perspective, I have a position, and I want that position to be seen in the most charitable way possible okay, by as many people as possible.
Then why don't you go on a single other show ever that challenges your perspective? Like, there's a reason why I've lapped this guy like 7 times in terms of internet relevancy. There is a reason why. What did we watch earlier? What was it? A Destiny watching Hasan video for what?
That's a good question.
I'm pretty sure my view of him watching this video got more views than him watching the video itself. He is like tunneled himself into an echo chamber, and he's like cut his reach off from other people so much. Like, this guy does not go on to any shows ever. Like, he doesn't go and talk to anybody. He's like completely and totally like pigeonholed himself into Twitch exclusively. Now Twitch protects him a lot, and they they give him I guess like basically monopoly over the platform. Oh yeah, wait, that was it. Like Hasan on the Coffee Hour podcast. Six months ago, got 234,000 views. I reacted to this video, and I got more views than him being on the fucking show. Like, bro, no one knows you, little bro. Okay. Pretty soon, you're gonna be begging me.
Okay. So just wanted to do a brief little blast on the past. And this is not even scratching the surface.
You call out Hasan for not talking to anyone else smaller than him on his stream. In the next coming days, he brings on Mike and some random dude onto his election night. I think that's because other larger streamers, I think, were getting a little bit worried about Hasan and they were trying to stay away. He got really mad because Austin said he wasn't going to be there in person. I don't know if he ended up calling in to the show or not, but
it's so pathetic and so incredibly personal. Like, it has nothing to do with politics. Like, in a normal circumstance, like, if he wasn't such a weird loser with like trying to always present himself as the edgiest person possible, him and I most likely would not even have that many disagreements. Like, David Pacman is a perfect example. I disagree with a bunch of David Pacman's opinions, but he has always shown me tremendous respect, and vice versa. I can say that I have disagreements.
Roll the clip of Hasan crying, saying that he wouldn't even be a streamer if it wasn't for me. Do anybody have this?
With David Pacman, okay? And that's fine, because that's normal. As long as you're like a cordial person. I don't think David Pacman would ever.
Wait, Dumb 5. Can you link me that? I really want to say that's true.
Ever in a million years argue for a white person's right to be able to say the N-word, okay? Like, there are certain things.
Oh, was this
business model, I guess. If I just made my own choices and built my own business model, I guess, if I were to use a term like that. I paved it on my own because I thought, like, this is a concept that I think is cool, gaming. This is a concept that I think you can marry with gaming, political commentary. I paved it on my own.
Shout out to Destiny, by the way.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say, yeah.
Oh, you know of him? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So when I watched that video, I was like, oh, that's cool. So we have like somebody in the gaming community who's actually pushing back.
Hell yes, that's actually Destiny's the reason why I know about Trihex as well.
If Destiny was my roommate, I get him late all the time. I was like, all right, whatever. Well, I don't have anything. Like, I don't have anything. I have no option. I'm in the next 11 days. So much so that, like, Steven was DMing me on Discord and saying, hey, you know what? If you don't have a place to live, buddy, like, you can come stay with me. It's okay. What a good guy. Destiny is a great guy.
Oh yeah, watch out. He gets real rowdy with that. Here, for all.
What a crazy.
Okay, wait, hey, listen, I love you.
What a crazy switch up.
I told a friend that I would play a game with him, and then I have to get ready for that Scout podcast shit. Listen, don't worry, you're gonna get all my viewers want to watch it are gonna go to your screen.
Okay. I mean, no, it's fine. I wanted to watch it with you, but it's cool, dude. Friendship is just dead, I guess. Oh, Speedo McGee's your fan that
Kirk's like office
No,
Christmas
it's
party.
family party. I told you. Destiny for sure, dude. Your fan base is.
Crazy how that works, huh?
for a white person's right to be able to say the N-word. Okay? Like, there are certain lines that most people will not cross. Okay? And I say this as someone who understands that, like, David Pacman and Destiny are friends.
Like, you remember, I just showed that we literally had this debate, bro, like 4 years ago. You literally ambushed me on a show to have an N-word debate with me. What the f***?
Okay? Like, I know that. He shit on the costume merch, by the way. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. Who cares?
Anyway.
So, yeah. As this kind of...
What a great manifesto.
As this kind of, like...
I appreciate that, Destiny.
All right. Bye.
Remember to hit that like and subscribe, and don't forget the notification bell so that my videos show up right in your feed.